Hey guys, Riley Spanish here. In this video, I am starting a playthrough of Crystal Legacy, which is a ROM hack of Pokemon Crystal made by the YouTuber Smithplayspokemon. Gen 2 is probably my absolute favorite, so I'm looking forward to getting into this, seeing what kind of changes were made and everything like that. But yeah, I am definitely a major Gen 2 head, so I am very excited to get into this. I play all kinds of ROM hacks, but I generally like ones that are just slight deviations from the original, and this has a lot of like quality of life improvement stuff, and no actual story changes or anything like that. It's actually 7 now, but we'll just call it 659. But yeah, I mean, Crystal is already one of the best Pokemon games ever made, in my opinion, and quality of life enhancement games are definitely, kind of my favorite types of ROM hacks. Make it a little more difficult, but also more balanced. Very excited for the final part of Attack on Titan to come out like a week after I film this, week and a half after I film this. So we are going with AOT names as my theme. If I remember to nickname my Pokemon, I will be Reiner because that is my favorite character. The speed up on the Game Boy Color version of Visual Boy Advance is definitely a lot faster than it was in the GBA version. I run way too fast to actually control inputs realistically, so I'm just gonna try to do all my movement without speed up, and then dialogue and everything like that I will speed up. And I don't know if the Gen 1 starters are going to become available. I do not want Totodile. I want Cyndaquil. If they are, I'm going to trade out Typhlosion for Charizard at some point. But I do know that they're available at like the very end of the game. I do want to nickname it. I need to try to remember to nickname. Starter will be Aaron. But if I can get a Gen 1 starter before that, I'm definitely going to get a Charizard, because I much prefer it to Typhlosion. Even though Gen 2 is my favorite, I definitely prefer the Gen 1 starters, because with the exception of Blastoise, they're dual type. All the Gen 2 starters are all mono type, which is kind of lame, honestly. Like, they're cool designs, definitely, some of the best design-wise, but it would be cool if they got a dual typing. I think the only other gen to have pure, like, monotype starters is actually Sword and Shield. Everything else they get, or at least most of them, get a dual type. It would have made more sense if the starters in Gen 1 were monotype, since it's the beginning and they're kind of doing that whole rock, paper, scissors dynamic to show how Pokemon works, but Gen 2, to go back, regress basically, in my opinion, is not my favorite thing in the world. But gonna try to do something similar to what I was planning to do with the Nuzlocke series, or what I did do but just didn't make it very far, and that is to do like basically a gym leader per video, per section, basically. And yeah, I did watch Smithplayspokemons videos on like the development of this hack, and I do believe stuff like, trade evolutions evolve via level up now and stuff like that, just other things to make the experience a little cooler. So I'm looking forward to what kind of team I'm gonna end up building. And one thing that I'm very excited for is that Larvitar is actually available very early, like at the first time you can get into Dark Cave from the left side, which is before you even go to Falkner. EXP share right off the jump, which will be very nice. Usually you have to go get the red scale from Gyarados and bring it back to him. And nothing, I don't think anything really prompts you to bring it to Mr. Pokemon. You just kind of, I guess, would have had to figure that out on your own back when the game came out if you didn't have a guide. Love the free heal from Mr. Pokemon. Let's just get to level 8 before the rival battle. Why not? I don't know if the Poliwag has water-type moves, but I definitely don't want to have a whiteout this early in the game. Not doing a Nuzlocke, just a normal playthrough here, but rather keep the in-game currency that I have. I definitely made that a little easy, though. I'm gonna name him Nick after Pastor Nick, who is one of the most obnoxious characters in Attack on Titan, in my opinion. Pastor Nick will be the rival. Some Pokeballs. I am gonna opt to not have Mom save my money. I think I might do a playthrough of like the Space World version of Gold and Silver at some point. It's a totally different game than what we ended up getting though, but they're pretty cool. I haven't fully played through one in a while, but there's a version of them called Reforged where somebody kind of worked out the kinks to make it more of a full game, and I'd like to give that a complete playthrough one of these days. Speed up is crazy. I know I already got some Pokeballs, but let's get 10 more. And 2 potions. But yeah, I'm definitely grabbing a Larvitar if it's catchable right now. I'm assuming that if it's a time-based thing, like morning, day, night, that it's going to be a night thing. That would just make the most sense. But who knows? Either way, very excited to see what kind of differences are in this. Dog's getting upset down there. I don't know how my mic does it, filtering out the growling dog noises whenever somebody dares to make a noise nearby. I don't think Zubat is a normally available encounter in this route. Not that that really helps me at all. Definitely hoping to use a Heracross as well. It is my favorite Pokemon, so kind of important to me. I know there's a way you can get to this even though you can't see to that item up there. I think, at least. I could be wrong. Oh yeah. Can I get to it? Am I gonna trap myself in here? not know the way out. Run from the Geodudes. Can't do much against them right now. I swear you can get to that item. But I can't tell if I'm actually moving or not when I press in a direction. Yeah, well, I think I give up on that. Alright, let's just try to get a Larvitar. I don't even know what that item is, or if it's even something that I care about having, to be honest. I just swear I remember being able to work your way up there and get it. Larvitar. I'm assuming it's a low percentage encounter. Hopefully not as low as Dunsparce is normally in this cave, but I don't know, maybe like 5–10% would be reasonable. Definitely hoping it's not a 1%er. Looks like it might be though. Oh, spoke it into existence. Let's try first ball. Nope. I'm afraid I'll knock it out if I attack it, though. Let's try, like, one more. Okay. Can it live a tackle? Oh, I could live 2 tackles if I don't crit. Alright, perfect. Catch. Am I gonna go through all 15 of my balls and still fail it? That would be terrible. There we go. Remember the nickname. Alright. You will be, even though you're a boy, you will be Ymir. Actually, I have a different idea for Ymir. Something a little more jaw related. Sorry if these Attack on Titan references are lost on anyone watching, but we will name you Bertolt. I don't know if that's exactly how it's spelled. He becomes the whole mountain of a Pokemon, and can kind of maybe make a parallel to the Colossal Titan that way. Pineco does not normally have that. You may not have my phone number. The phone number thing is a really cool concept, but it becomes more annoying than anything else typically, in my opinion. Oh, and let's, since I have the EXP share already, give that to Larvitar. And go check out Sprout Tower. Oh, it looks like you actually have running shoes in this. So if I hold B, it definitely increases the speed by a touch. Not a lot, but definitely not in normal crystal version. Alright, first Sage. It's a Hoppip. I don't think any of them had Hoppip in the original. I know that the gym leaders are way more balanced though, like especially with Claire, Price, and Chuck. You can fight them in any order you want, and that has not changed, but the level their team is will change depending on how many badges you have. So I think that's a very cool way to handle that sort of open progression portion of the game without having, you know, basically one or two of them be really under-leveled. Because the level curve in Gen 2 is really its biggest problem, in my opinion. Everything is super low level once you get to the mid-game, and then you get to like the Elite Four, and there's just a huge spike. And I'm hoping that this has done like a pretty good job of balancing that all out. From everything I watched, that seems to be kind of one of the biggest fixes of it, though. And then just making, you know, Pokemon you wouldn't normally use more viable, basically. Troy. Alright, just the Elder Monk. And looks like Larvitar learned Rock Throw. My dog is very upset down there. I think she heard another dog. Trying to play one-handed now. Pet the dog to make her chill out. Hopefully the microphone does a good job of limiting how much of that y'all can hear, though. It's supposed to filter out extra noise, but I know that's kind of a difficult task when I've got one of the most vocal dogs in the world. There's the culprit. The menace. All right. Time for Falconer. Since Larvitar just learned Rock Throw, I think I might lead with him. Cool. Alright. Let's heal Larvitar up. And take on Falconer. Oh, the accuracy drops are killer in this gym, though. Alright. Definitely have to switch here, since my accuracy is so compromised. Noctowl is a much nicer pick than Pidgeotto for sure, though. Definitely a fan of that. Come on. Oh. Killed it with the burn damage. It was definitely trying to take me out there. Evolved into Quilava. Level 14. All the evolution levels are kind of all over the place in this game. You get Feraligatr at level 30. But I think Totodile doesn't evolve until level 18 into Croconaw, and then you get Meganium at level 32. And Typhlosion's the normal, level 36, though. Definitely need some more balls, since I used, like, all of them on Larvitar. Most of them, at least. Let's get 10 more. I think I want to use a Ghastly, actually, because if I can get Gengar with it evolving just at a level instead of by trade, that would be a nice Pokemon to have on my team. Got it. And since Ghastly, Haunter, and Gengar's biggest feature is their giant mouth, they get to be the Jaw Titan, Ymir. And I think that I'm just going to do a little bit of training in this grass here, get everything to, I don't know, maybe level 15, and call it an episode, since doing like one badge per episode was kind of my plan. Go heal off this paralysis real quick, and then I will take the EXP share from Larvitar and give it to Ghastly. And I think Ghastly can learn Flash. And in this game you can teach over HMs if I'm not mistaken, so it's not too big of a deal to teach something Flash. Not able, okay. My usual go-to that I use for Flash is Bellsprout, but I don't think you can catch that in the daytime, unfortunately, so maybe Mareep is available or something. I'm not sure, to be honest. Houndour is available early. I definitely like that. Normally you couldn't get it until like Celadon City and Kanto in the post game, which definitely lame having like a new Gen 2 Pokemon introduced that you can't even get in the main game, especially one as cool as Houndoom. Like, I don't know, if I didn't have a fire starter and a dark type already spoken for, I would definitely consider that. Also in this, the dark and ghost types are kind of switched, meaning that dark type is physical and ghost type is special in this. So I think Gengar with Shadow Ball is actually a pretty monstrous force because of that. I'm pretty sure its special is like substantially higher than its physical attack. But I know that some, other than that, like typing and everything is the same. Like Pokemon all have the same types that they always do and everything, but Ghastly got to level 10. So Ghastly levels up way faster than Larvitar, which is to be expected. Larvitar is a pseudo-legendary, but already level 10. I'm not sure what level Haunter will evolve in this. I'm assuming it's going to be something high, like 45 or something like that, but it's still going to be very cool to have that happen. Unless I'm completely mistaken and that wasn't implemented, but I'm pretty sure it works that way, and then things like the Metal Coat and the King's Rock can just be used like an evolutionary stone. Anyways, I think I am just about to call it for this episode, and then the next one will be taking on Bugsy. So, thank you very much for watching. Please consider subscribing, and definitely check out Smith Plays Pokemon if you have not. Obviously, he's got a much larger channel than myself, but he does some very cool stuff, and he does Nuzlockes, including of this game that he made. So, yeah, definitely check it out if you want a less tame version of it. A Nuzlocke is definitely a much cooler approach. But anyways, thank you. Please subscribe.